How's it going, everybody? My name is Aslan from Aslan Gaming, and welcome to the Den. This is Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, one of my favorite games. Realistically, probably my favorite game. We'll see if it stays my favorite game when 2020 comes out. I imagine that I'm going to be playing a lot of that in the next couple of months, and honestly, a lot while I'm at work, most likely. But what I'm doing today is the Road to Glory challenge. I've actually beat this a few times. Never how I'm doing it now. So I've kind of inspired by Auspicious Aussie on YouTube, who's doing an RTG series as well. He's playing as Kyler Adams, and actually, totally Jack Avatar. This face right here. Not that that super matters. That's just me pointing that out. But what is going on? There we go. Yeah, so this here, totally Kyler Adams, hilarious. I know I'm looking off to the side. I have my second monitor set up so that I can look at his YouTube. But what I'm going to do is in the description, I'm actually going to link this. I'm going to link to his series so you can kind of go check it out, get more of an idea of what Road to Glory is all about. But really, what we're trying to do, we are taking a completely unknown wrestler who has X amount of stats, and I'll link to the forum as well where you can find the challenge. It gives you a number of stats you're allowed to assign. Nothing is allowed to be over 75. And then your popularity starts at 0. You have to be 18 years old. You can only know the language of the area that you're in, and I guess for me, technically, there's 2 of those because I'm playing in Canada. I am Canadian, and that's one of the different things that I'm doing with this series. I have never actually done a Road to Glory in Canada. The second thing is I'm using the CVERSE 2018 mod, which I will also link to. This is my favorite mod. It's upkept by Evoluk, I believe, on the Grey Dog software forums, and I highly recommend checking it out. It's really well done. It's super fun, very in-depth. Generally, the first time I beat this, it was in the 97 mod, and the second time it was CVERSE 97, pardon me, and the second time it was in CVERSE 2010. So as you can tell, I play a lot in the Cornellverse. I'm a big fan of the world and the people that they've come up with. And as far as Canadian wrestling goes, like, I really like, besides the fact that I hate the fact that the biggest Canadian company in the world is called North of the Border Pro Wrestling, because it's just insulting to Canadians. Why would we base ourselves off of our relation to the States as far as where we're stuck? Like, another good mod, Thunderverse, go check it out. I'm not going to have a link, I'm just going to mention it quickly. The top Canadian company is called Royal Canadian Wrestling. I have definitely taken the logo and the icon from that and switched it for North of the Border Pro Wrestling a couple times. But anyway, so the idea of this, you take a nothing, nobody character with his specific stats that he is allowed to allocate, and he starts in a local company with absolutely 0 money and 0 popularity as the booker. And I think I might have screwed up my local company. I might have to go fix them. We'll see. With a random owner added. And you need to get that character into a national level company to put on an A+ match. Or a 97 up, I believe, is A+. I like to do numbers. So, it's hard. I think the fastest I've done it in was 6 years. I have never... one thing you are allowed to do, you're allowed to switch companies, but you can only move up to a company that is one size above your own. So that's an important thing. I've never switched companies. I don't like doing that. Realistically, I'm going to take my company all the way to the top, which I believe is called Victory Pro Wrestling. I'm going to find out in a minute here. Yeah, so you can see here over that way where my cursor is pointing here in LibreCalc, I've got my stats. So you can see I have a lot of zeros. The development is very interesting. But I'm a big... Generally, I play this in Japan. And in Japan, I know exactly what I'm building. This would be kind of interesting. It's still a performance over pop company, so I don't have to worry as much about my microphone skills or my acting. Um, and so, like, I'm not doing angles, or I don't have to. I can. And realistically, at some point I will, because you want to get those stats up too. But we're focusing on performance. And so your performance stats, that's your basics, your psychology, safety, consistency, and selling. And as you can see, all of those are sitting at 75. I picked one thing to be good at, which is brawling. 75. I need to actually really quickly edit this. I'm trying to be all secretive about my character, but I'm pretty sure you can all figure out what I'm doing. So my brawling is 75. Stamina 75, super important. Means you can put on longer matches. Actually, really easy to raise your stamina as well. Same with your basics. So I mean, those are two that you can kind of keep a little bit lower off the bat. But realistically, you really want psychology, you want safety, consistency, and selling all to be high. And like your stamina will go up by putting your character through longer matches, which is why I say it's fairly easy to get up. The big one that you really want to, there's the two stats that are hardest to raise that you really want to start out high with are charisma and star quality. You always start out at 75 in those. You're allowed to, or you are told to start with 100% resilience, and you start with 50% reputation. I am a heal 100%. I am good at cool, cocky, and crazy. That's my disposition and my performance skills. And over here we have my 0 popularity in everywhere. So yeah, this is this sheet. I always do. I actually, mine right now is kind of messed up because I haven't really gone through and fixed it. But my user character, and I'm kind of cheating when I do this, just a little bit. But my user character is Calvin DeColt, which is still a custom character. He's got the same stat line. Calvin DeColt is the eldest son of legendary wrestler Steve DeColt, and the first third-generation wrestler from the DeColt family to make his way into the world of professional wrestling. Like his father, Calvin is considered to be a solid in-ring competitor even at his young age, and there are big hopes that he'll be able to live up to his family legacy in the years to come. He elected not to follow his father to North of the Border Pro Wrestling or join the family company in CGC, instead wanting to forge his own path into Canadian wrestling by being made the head booker of a small company following Uncle Alex's footsteps. Now here's how I'm cheating. He has relationships because I made him the son of Steve DeColt. You don't generally start with relationships. I didn't figure this would be a huge issue. At some point, I might sign, and it's not going to be for a few years, but ideally down the line, if I can, I'm going to steal away Ricky DeColt, or Jack DeColt. But it's not overly likely, and it's not something that's going to come up anytime soon. Alright. So Calvin DeColt is my avatar. You're not supposed to have... I'm going to keep that on, though. Worker overuse. Now, technically, all of this is supposed to be off. I'm going to keep these few things... Or, pardon me, everything's supposed to be on. I'm going to keep these few things off. Just because they're dumb. I mean, like, they're important. But when you're starting out as a local company, and I'm going to have 8 wrestlers, maybe, repetitive booking penalties are ridiculous. The dirt sheet is super useful. Maybe I will hide it. I'm going to keep it on for one show. So there's something I'll need to check. Left off show complaints turned on. No. Worker overuse. Yeah, so I mean, it's just simple little things like that. So we are going to be Calvin DeColt. User talents. Okay. Things I like to be good at. I like negotiation. I don't want to go default. Where's the one I like? This one? Bad at backstage. Diplomacy is handling incidents. It's fair. Motivation, creativity. So it's frustrating because I have gimmicks. Maybe I'll just go with default. I'm just going to go with default. So this is Calvin DeColt. We've got his user talent set. Select him as avatar. Yep, get rid of all the other ones. And wow, USPW is number 1, eh? That's crazy. Who are their big stars? Oh, uh-oh. I'm gonna have to fix something. Okay. That's not good. It's okay. It'll be done in a sec. Game role, database info. I just installed this. This is the most recent update of this mod pack. And I didn't think anything of it because the only character I've looked at was Calvin King. Or Calvin DeColt, pardon me. So now that I've actually done that, I'd better double check. Keep doing this. Editor. Edit database. Companies. Let's go to Vector Pro. Or Velocity Pro. There we go. Yeah, I think you start out at 0 everything. I'm going to leave that at random though. Okay, so I'm playing in British Columbia. British Columbia is the home of CDC, or CGC, Canadian Grappling Combat, I believe, which is owned by Alex DeColt and the DeColt family. That's why I'm using it, or that's why I'm in BC, because it's my family's territory. We are based off of ACPW Tweaked. ACPW is my favorite Canadian company. But essentially I've taken them with a little bit more traditional and mainstream. I've upped the realism. So really they're kind of a jack of all trades company. That's fine. Essentially, it's performance over popularity. That's what I like. That's what I'm good at playing at. If I really wanted to have a challenge, I'd go the other way. Hardcore skills less effective. We all have to have gimmicks. I wish I didn't. What would get rid of that? Nah, I want gimmicks. That's the thing. You need gimmicks. Gimmicks are great. Each show needs to have at least one match aimed at high spots, car crash, or steal the show. My fans will be put off by highly risky angles, apparently, which is lame, but whatever. We are favorable towards getting sponsorship, which is why I'm as mainstream as I am. We will not be rocked by wrestling industry changes, which is, again, why I'm kind of how I am. And if the Young Lion system is active, it's active for us, which it's not in Canada. I'm very used to playing again in Japan, so that's just, but yeah, that's all good. Okay, so this is fine. Just went over all that. That's good. Let's do this. I guess I'm gonna delete this save. No, I could. Oh, no, I'm gonna go back. New game. Yes. Let's just move this back up into this corner here. There we go. Alright. R2G. Decolt. So basically what I'm going to end up doing is I think I'm going to run 9 shows a month. Probably. I'll do 9 shows a month. I'm thinking that's going to be my best bet. Because ideally, I want to be able to get my popularity up as quickly as I can. Because I need to be able to start making money within a year. Realistically, within my first year, I want to be making money. I want to be regional sized if I can be, and because of where I'm located, I shouldn't have any regional battles to worry about. I did that on purpose. I wanted to go to Ontario or Quebec, but QPW is open in Quebec, and Ontario has 4C. And 4C for sure would slaughter me in regional battles, and I can only assume the QPW would as well. I'll go check them out in a minute. Alright, so Calvin Decolt. Default. Select his avatar. Yep, remove all those guys. I'm kind of curious. So Quebec Pro Wrestling, yeah, it's regional. They're huge. Who do they have? Yeah, Christian Price. Yeah, Christian Price is awesome. This is what? Shane Nelson. Shane Nelson's fantastic. Thomas Morgan's fantastic. I'm surprised that Zachary Inc. is one of their top stars. Good for them. Good for them. I'm going to quickly go through the Canadian companies just to kind of look them over. So, All Canada Pro Wrestling, regional. I love that. It makes me so happy. All Canada Pro Wrestling is my favorite Canadian promotion. I love them so much. I hate Daedalus Baczynski. I'm not a fan of Face Nelson. Generally, I get rid of both of them. And actually, in a 2010 save that I'm doing right now, it's 2013. I gave them a bunch of money. I was running the company. I fired Daedalus. Fired Face, brought in a bunch of guys. I took them from local. They are currently national. Realistically, could be international. They bought out both of the other, actually, I think all of the other Canadian companies, and have started 3 of their own just to supplement the market. They have tons of money. They've made their own broadcaster, doing commercial. Realistically, they can jump to international. The people that they have is insane. Like, they've bought out so many companies. They have so many titles. I'm trying to push that to 2016 so I can make a dynasty for it. I think it's going to be super fun. Anyway, I'm ranting. So, we're going to quickly tour the company. I love how it's the same people they always have. I love, it's Jamie Atherton, Mimic, Diablo. Interestingly enough, Kamikaze and Ant-Man are at the top, and it's not that interesting. They're both really good. But generally, Mario Da Silva and Jason Von Pelt are their other top 2 stars in 2016, so it's kind of nice to see that these guys have jumped up. I love ACPW, man. They're so fun. They're so fun. We've got 4C. Yeah, they're regional. Frankie D, of course. Saeed Ali, Raja, Thomas Morgan. Oh, Eric Blackley, pardon me. I don't know who this is. Oh, Antonio Delvecchio. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 4C, obviously they're good. They're not my favorite. I see that Alex Decolt is currently the owner and booker of CGC. Good for him. Oh, what's going on? He's also a dick. No Decolts are currently wrestling in CDC. Wow. Oh, and they're dropped to regional. Oh, crap. I chose wrong. Okay. Gargantuan, Dan DeLay, Joey Poison is just awesome. Whippy the Clown. Blockbuster. Okay. That's not that impressive. They are not that impressive. What are the other ones? There's a couple. I guess I could just do this. Location, Canada. Independent Women's Wrestling is apparently in Canada. This is in Manitoba. This is where I could have started in Manitoba. Probably could have passed these guys. Maybe. Corrine and Viv, of course. Let's see. Houston Hanley, Tony. I don't know any of them. I know Carol Singer. I know these two. Alright. North of Border Pro Wrestling. Oh yeah, so this is what messed me up, by the way. North of Border Pro Wrestling's in the Maritimes. That's fine. But ACPW moved from the Maritimes to Alberta. That's where I was going to start. When I saw that, I was very annoyed. This is why I started in BC. Now I'm regretting it. Now I actually might run into some trouble. I might have to change some things. Okay, North of Border Pro Wrestling. This is the biggest company in Canada, of course. So who do they have? Oh yeah, Jack DeColt's there, of course, of course. Joanne Rodriguez. I think that they're I think that they're integrated in this mod. Johnny Bloodstone, Sean McFly. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, I think they're integrated. We're going through QPW, so we're going to look at Zen Saskatoon real quick. This is a comedy, fun one. Pumpkin Jack, Gentleman Jim King, Halloween Night, Little Dragon. Nice. Good for him. Alright, oh man. This is stressful now. I don't want to be in BC if they are regional. I am going to go to... yeah, I'm going to go fight with the girls in Manitoba. I can't believe I just did that. I'm so mad right now. I wish I had noticed. Okay. I mean, it's easy to fix. It's really easy. Companies. What the hell am I doing, man? I'm so messed up right now. Velocity Pro. Okay, tiny company opened up in Gimli, Manitoba. Easy enough. It will mean that once I hit small, I'm going into regional battles. But that's okay. I'd rather be in a regional battle not against CGC. They make me nervous. Okay. I'm so annoyed that I had to do that. I did not realize how bad that was. Alright, so we're going to be from Gimli, Manitoba, which is a little town. I was going to say it's a city. I don't think it's big enough to be a city. It might be. It's technically in the Winnipeg surrounding area. It's about an hour outside of Winnipeg. I go there once a year for a camping event through the Society for Creative Anachronism. It's a lot of fun. So we are going to be from Burnaby, BC, or not Burnaby, BC. Jeez. Man, that threw me. We were going to be from Victoria, BC, actually. Because Velocity Pro Wrestling, haha. But yes, we are going to be from Gimli, Manitoba. I'm the booker of Velocity Pro Wrestling. J-Ro. Oh boy. And I guess the first thing I should do is get my owner. And hope that he doesn't give me an impossible goal. I will start this video over again if I get this specific, and I'll start it over. Shit. This is the problem with this mod. I love it. It's really well put together. There is so much going on. And just, there's so many workers, there's so many companies running so many events, and like so much that this, because all it is, this is just processor. Like, this is all that's happening. It's a computer program that is just processing math. So we're making it math. I might have to change the way I'm doing things. We'll see. We'll see. Def touch. It's funny, I've got Notepad open at the bottom. I've got Libre Calc over here. I also have a little pen and a pad of paper. Because I take notes all the time when I play this game. It's just super normal. Alright, so the goal I need to not have is cannot fall in debt at any point. That is the worst goal. What I'm hoping for is that my owner is going to be a wrestler, or a road agent, or a referee. The masked mauler. Well, that is a wrestler. Okay. He is not what I wanted. Okay, perfect. I mean, that's easy. I can't complain about the masked mauler, I guess. He's not phenomenal, but he's not bad. His top row stats aren't too bad. Also, I get to actually scout him, which is nice. Is that the render they have for him? It sure is. Well, that's unfortunate. Not that the render's bad, just that he's just horrible to look at. He has to be part of my roster. Let's actually go into free bison. There's definitely a masked. Can have that one. It's got to be past here then. There. Boom. Masked mauler. Way better. I can take it seriously. My psychology is better than his. But he's going to work for free. So, that's good. Alright, Calvin DeColt needs to be assigned a position. I should probably not use that gimmick. Oh, this is a realistic gimmick. Oh, okay. I guess I will use it then. That works. Masked Mauler is an old school heal. I don't really want to push us yet. There's not much point, but hooray! Main eventer and upper mid carder. We're the only two people. Okay, so now for the fun. I need a wrestler. They need to be male. I don't want them to work for anybody. And ideally, start with some youngins who can work in Canada. Because realistically, the longer they've been working, the more they usually ask you to pay them. You're going to be expensive. $800 per show. 500, 110. You must be garbage. But you're very, very, very cheap. Aaron Shields. Johnny Chapman. Wow, a lot of these guys are actually pretty cheap. Morbid Angel. He's an entertainer. The Golden Pig. Oh god. Okay. Webmaster. Just Spider-Man. Quit his IT job. Can appreciate that, Webmaster. Are any of these guys Canadian? Stormy Rivers is Canadian. Darius Funk, Craig Little. Okay, he's an entertainer. I also ideally don't want entertainers. Let's see. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to be good at this. Entertainment Canada, yeah, okay. Craig Little is the entertainer, of course. His comedy, no thank you. Darius to Freak Funk, football player. Tricky Ricky Cash, good for him. Bulky light heavyweight. That's a big boy. You're expensive. You were expensive. Okay, G-Force. Grabbing him because he's cheap. You're going to be expensive. Guaranteed. Jules Knight. You have strong performance skills. You're 260 a show. So you're coming with me. That's 3. Likes to have rings. Yeah. That's awesome. I kind of like this guy. How much is he? 260 a show. He's not bad. That's a big boy. You're an entertainer. I'll pick you up. 300. A little expensive. Golden Pig, you're 140. That gets you a contract. I think I need one more. The Jockey, entertainer. Did I sign this guy? He's a regular rep. Yeah, whatever. Alright, now I think that's 7. Yeah. Oh, actually only need 6. The Golden Pig stays because he's cheap. crap. Okay. Well, I only want 8. I'm not going to have more than 8 wrestlers for a while. Oh, look, I have a little bit of money. Go me. Okay, workers, filter. I want a referee. I want him to be unemployed. Or her. They need to be able to work in Canada. They need to be super cheap. 5574. They don't want you. Gregory Chapman. Oh, he is not good. He's a 30-year pro. Here's the problem with hiring someone like that. They're not going to get better. He's too old. Like, this guy's a 7-year pro. He's not a terrible person. His refereeing is below average. I might just... 500 a show is a lot. You know what? I guess I will just get the, like, super cheap guy. Because why not? It doesn't matter yet. We're not good enough for it to matter. The other thing I'm going to want to get, I want a road agent. They're expensive. Get a giant redwood for 700 a show. So there we go, 600 a show. So this is a very useful signing, and the big thing to kind of keep in mind is he's not great, but that's okay. The big thing to keep in mind are the chances we work for cheaper. 530, nice. That's what I should have been doing. Whatever. Is that it doesn't actually matter if I'm way in the hole, because I'm going to go up eventually. So now we have our roster picked out. Our starting garbage, nothing's gonna be good roster. And I'm just hoping that nobody injures DeColt. I have to move this. You can see all my stuff on here. This is a list from a thing. From the other game I was talking about. How close everyone in my game is to being in the Hall of Immortals, or in my company. Okay. Athletic Empire. Ooh. Alright, Aaron Shields. Good man. Mark Crane. Golden Pig. Golden Pig. You know, do some auto pushes. Do you have an alter ego? You do. When pigs fly. Ah. Justin Wellbrand. Oh, it's just terrible. Okay, we're going back to my free. How big is this guy? He's small, of course. What's he good at? He's pretty good at weird. We're gonna give him a weird gimmick. Muscular, small. Nationality American white. Let's find him a gimmick that'll work for him, and we'll see what we can do here. This is, I'm very picky. I'm very, very picky. I love having good-looking renders on all my guys. Oh man, some of these are just gonna look fine. Be goth. And actually, there you go, buddy. Sure. That's your victory, Pro Wrestling. That's you. Congratulations. Good job. Vane Mark Crane. These upper mid card. I'm enhancement talent. Of course I am. These people all exist. Alright. Yeah, smaller is going to work for free. That's very kind of him. This is going to be interesting. I'm kind of excited. New human arsenal feud. Sweet. Okay, G-Force. I think this is actually everyone. Is this everyone else I tried to sign? It totally is. Haha! I have my full roster. Okay. Okay, so let's go through this really quick. You're good at cocky. You're good at legitimate. You're good at wholesome. I guess cocky youth is fine for you then. So you're gonna be cocky youth. Calvin to Colt, straight edge. I guess. Kinda wanna see what else we've got. Cocky. Punk. Cool. Dude. Crazy. Extremist. Realistic. Yeah, we're just gonna use straight edge. Alright, whatever. Darius Funk. Pure athlete. That's a legitimate gimmick. That's what he's good at. Alright. Let him keep that one. G-Force. G-Force. You're gonna be garbage, and I'm really excited about it. You're a bubbly baby face. You're good at... Sure, you can be a bubbly baby. You know what? Actually, I'm thinking fans own. You seem like the kind of person who can get away with that one. Chapman, yeah, you're good. Oh, I'm a mid-carder now. Look at that. Jules Knight. The Sandman. Legitimate. You're bad at that. You're not. No, that's not going to happen. We're going to change this. We're going to go to realistic. Fancy establishment. Maybe the Ice Wolf gimmick. This is an important thing, in my opinion. Going through and just making sure that people's gimmicks make sense. You're average at Weasel. I think that's... Oh, it's a cocky gimmick? You're good at cocky, so that's fine. You'll be okay. Stormy Rivers. This is my Canadian cocky, very strong, chosen one. Fantastic. You're perfect. You are perfect, my friend. Push color commentator. Okay. I was going with road agent. But That's good to know that he can do that. Because I'm going to throw him on my announce team. I'm going to have an announcer. I was going to pay him anyway. Now I can pay him to one person's worth of wage. And realistically, one fairly cheap announcer slash color commentator slash road agents person worth of wage. Even though he's not a great road agent, he's average color. I am okay with that, man. That is fantastic. He is exactly what I need right now. So we're going to negotiate. No. We're going to do this so that he stays as a road agent. Shocker. Good for Justice Aaron. Yeah, of course, the Masked Mauler is my #1 wrestler. There's no real surprise there. Showstoppers, Ring Generals. Talk the talk, nobody. Oh, and he's in time decline, too. Fantastic. Oh, Masked Mauler, you're not gonna make my life easy, are you? Louis Frey. Jazz Funk, 33 years old. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. So this will be fun. I'm gonna stop that right here. This is the setup episode. And realistically, you should probably skip this one. This one's boring as hell. I got a bunch of data input to do. I gotta skip ahead and set up my schedule. That's a giant pain in the ass because I do it all by hand. I don't have to. There's another way I can do it. It's not fun though. So I'm either gonna do 9 or 13 shows a month. I'll get that all figured out, and then I'll come back when I've got it all set up, and we'll do episode 2. But yeah, this is, maybe we'll call this episode 0. The next one will be episode 1. But this is episode 0 of Road to Glory, featuring Calvin DeColt. This has been Astalan of Astalan Gaming. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time with episode 1.